her Jeep flipped over outside of my house.
And I'm realizing there's this white giant SUV coming really, really fast. So concerned for me. She's like, do we need to go to the hospital?
Hello, my little pescatarians. Welcome back to another episode of WAG Podcast.
And today we have a lot to talk about. We haven't talked in quite a minute. There's a lot that's been going on.
Angelina, would you like to start?
Fun story. I have a great story. So, Bella and her crush decided to make this little photo circle group where you can send
gosh!
Where you can send photos of like your camera roll, like
And
anything.
I added Angelina to it because I was like, my sister's gonna like be so nice and like she's gonna like maybe add some funny photos of herself because all we do is add funny photos.
I added the most horrendous photos of Bella.
And one of them was me hugging a tree. What? That's the thing I made for your birthday.
No, continue. This is my comfort.
That's Sparkle.
That reminds me of the specific thing that is roaming around on the internet, and that would be Baby Punch.
This is my little stuffed animal.
Okay, Nina, its top is like literally like coming off. it's like coming apart. No,
Yeah.
Punch.
Hey, wait, you guys kind of look alike.
If you
No, you know the big lady with the big mouth, and she goes.
You guys kind of look alike.
you two kind of look alike. Okay, so if you don't know who Baby Punch is, it's a little monkey where its mother
In Japan.
abandoned him at birth. What a little jerk of a mom monkey. And he gets beat up by all the other monkeys, and he has this really cute like
He gets
orangutan
punched,
stuffed
which is
animal.
why he's called Baby Punch.
Yeah, that was a terrible name to name a monkey.
Yeah, like
so
come on.
sad.
And every family he ever tries to go to, he gets rejected by, and he gets bullied, and he gets punched around, and he has this little tiny stuffed animal.
Sad.
And like, I swear, I'm gonna fly to Japan, and I'm gonna find every little monkey.
Dude,
that
the first
hurt
time I
that
saw
little
it,
guy.
it made me cry. I watched the monkeys beating him up, and then I watched him run to his little IKEA orangutan stuffed animal. Yes, they're from IKEA. Like those.
I thought
I
IKEA
saw that
was a furniture store.
It is, and I saw
They
it
have
because
stuffed animals.
the president in Japan of IKEA, the CEO or something, of IKEA.
Person.
He donated like a bunch of monkeys too, so that Baby Punch had monkeys.
Oh, that's so nice. I like the president of Japan.
Of IKEA.
I thought you said
The CEO of IKEA.
It's a furniture
Store.
store.
Sorry, I zoned out.
Goodness
IKEA,
gracious.
furniture store.
No, I saw this meme, guys. They're
with the
like
president.
planning.
Someone in Japan who was like the CEO or the owner of a store in IKEA. He donated. I saw it on Instagram. He donated a bunch of things.
That was very lovely of
I
him.
know.
That was very nice.
Oh my gosh! And Baby Punch has this favorite. He has a favorite employee there.
I saw that.
Yes.
Oh, I would have taken Baby Punch immediately.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
How much
no,
does a plane
everybody's
ticket
been
to
saying,
Japan?
if you guys, I'm a big Planet of the Apes fan, they're making Caesar and they're saying memes of Baby Punch is going to be future Caesar
Yeah.
with the gun shooting the people.
That's what I would be doing if I got bullied. Well, not by the people, by the other monkeys.
Huh?
By the other monkeys.
I've
The
only
people
seen the
hasn't
very
done
recent
anything.
Planet of the Apes movie. I haven't seen a single Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
It's
it's
so good.
I only saw the most recent one. But like the newest one, so then I watched a YouTube video that was like 10 minutes of like everything you need to know about all the Planet of the Apes movies, and then I just watched
I
the
think
whole
it's.
thing and then
I
watched
think the
movie.
third one's my favorite. It's the second or third one that I like.
I
the
was
best.
okay. First off, we need to talk about movies real quick. I was on the phone with a friend, and I was talking to her basically about what temperature my house is. I don't know how we got into this conversation, and she's like, "Yeah, I keep my house at like 80 degrees," and
Ooh.
I'm like, "What?"
I'd melt.
And I'm like, if my father, I'm like, hey, have you ever watched like Daddy's Coming Home? And she's like, no. And I'm like, oh, there's a scene where it's like, you don't touch the thermostat. Now, guys, I had a very scary experience this week.
Of course.
I had a very scary experience. So I've never gotten in a car crash, ever.
Did you get in one?
I almost did.
Oh.
I almost got into a car crash this week. Basically, what
Some
happened?
guy almost hit me straight on like a few
So,
weeks ago. I was ready to
basically,
lose my mind.
I'm heading to the gym because your girl likes to be like Sam Solik.
Your
and
girl likes
huge.
to be-
Who's Sam Solik?
I'm like,
You don't know who Sam Solik is? He's like the guy when it comes to
Oh
gym
my gosh,
stuff.
isn't he the guy who like eats like raw meat?
No,
No,
that's
that's
Liver
like the-
King.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god, him! Yes.
natural.
No, he's
No, he's
not.
Why are you looking up to him? That guy looks like he pumps himself with steroids. He's gonna
He
die
does!
in like 5 years.
He probably will.
So same for that like Liver King guy. Like
Nah,
he like
Liver King, he's going to jail.
No, look,
He's
Sam
in jail.
Solik is amazing. Okay, he's like the most down to earth person I've ever
what
met.
you've met him, you
He-
besties.
No,
with him?
no,
his
but like I watch
arms.
his videos and he's always like, what's gonna defeat you is your mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
Liver King
so-
isn't natural either.
So like,
No, Liver
yeah,
King's
obviously
psycho.
he's not.
Liver
Yeah,
King's
nah.
King's
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, who eats raw meat? That's disgusting.
Ugh, just the
Here's the
thought
thing:
of
if
that,
my
like, freaks
husband
me
was
out.
like that, like when he was that age, I'd be a happy wife. So, why is everyone looking at me in disgust?
Because that's disgusting.
Why
are you
I'd
saying
rather not have my husband fat or super skinny. I might as well enjoy the muscles while I have them, while he has them.
So there's certain things that you say on a podcast.
And saying, I want my man to be all muscular when I'm older because I don't want no twig. I want to be happy when I'm older.
That's
I do.
disgusting.
I do want to be happy when I'm older, okay? I mean, who wouldn't want a jacked up old man as their husband?
So let's just move on.
But what was
No, what you were about to say, just stop saying it.
What you
Yes! Yes! If I'm an old lady, I want my husband
Hey,
to
have
be
you ever
rich.
seen the movie Red One?
Yes.
The Santa in Red One, how he's all old and he's like, I'm on push up 1,000. He's all jacked. That's what I feel like. You would, that guy.
Yes! Oh my gosh, there's a guy at the gym that looked exactly like that too at my gym too.
That's who Angelina wants her husband to be. when
Oh,
he's
J.K.
old.
Simpson.
Simmons.
Cinnamon.
J.K.
stop.
Simmons?
Stop.
I'm dyslexic.
Just stop talking. But basically, what happened?
Angelina wants a
Obviously,
Dwayne the Rock.
I also
Johnson.
can't say abuela.
I love being strong. Love working out.
What's the Mexican grandma? What is that called?
Abuela?
Yeah, I can't
Abuela.
say that. Abuela.
Oh my gosh, you're
You say it.
Abuela. Oh, you messed me up.
Abuela.
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 No, abuela.
Abuela. No, I'm not doing this. Abuela. Okay, I'm done.
Abuela.
Abuela, I think.
Alphabet.
Abuela?
Okay. Anyways,
Wait, now I know what abuela. It's an abuela.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Angelina's
Anyways.
near-death car crash.
so anyways, what happened was obviously I go to the gym basically every single day.
She's jacked, guys.
Very. So anyways,
She could eat me for breakfast.
No, she couldn't.
no, she couldn't.
She could eat a twig for breakfast.
Yes, I could.
Because I work out too.
Anyways, so I get in my car, right? And
That
I'm
is
not-
how you get to the
and-
gym.
Yes, I get in my car. I'm not even out of my neighborhood. I'm still in the side of my house driving. So I'm driving, right? And we have a turn, and I'm realizing there's this white giant SUV coming really, really fast, like turning wise. And I'm like, it's really close to my side. So I'm not gonna do the turn. So I didn't do the turn. I kid you not, this is my car. I stopped and just waited. This mom, and right here, I honk my horn, and she gets off her phone and looks while her daughter's screaming at her. Her daughter's like this in the car. I kid you not. Ah! Mom! Like, I get to see her mouth, mom, and she does not care. Maybe my daughter screams mom so much, but if I screamed mom, my mom would be like, what? Well, this mom did not care. And she just stops, and then she does, I'm sorry. And I'm just like, what the heck is wrong with you, lady? Get off the phone. You're in a neighborhood going 30. Okay, I'm sorry that you were dumb on your phone. Anywho.
That reminds me of this girl. She was on her phone, and her Jeep flipped over outside of my house.
Like, it actually flipped over sideways.
it was the best day. I missed all school.
She did. I got a call.
I was so
Man.
upset because I had to go to school without Scarlett.
I got a call because her dad normally took us.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, when is your dad coming? And she's like, there's a Jeep flipped over in front
Outside of my house right now, so I don't think that's happening today.
And it was
Yeah.
cops and everything.
And now we're
everywhere.
homeschooled, so now we don't
Oh my gosh,
get to go
people
to school.
driving just like tick me off, man.
I'm so mad. I haven't even started
I'm
driving.
like, you're going too fast. And I'm like, you're going too slow. And I'm like driving. I was driving on this road. It's 35 miles an hour. I'm going, okay, I think I'm going like 38, okay? I'm driving. There is a church off the street that is very busy. It's a Wednesday night. Every car is coming out. There are cars parked on the side on the very left. So some of them are kind of blocking. Like, hang on. I'm driving this way. There is incoming traffic coming this way.
Wait, you want to be you want this as your
No. There are cars trying to back out when there's oncoming traffic. So I'm like, first off, car, you're probably like 17. So I get it, but like, let's be a little smarter. So then I'm driving. I'm going. There's no one in front of me. I'm going.
You're
and
going.
Then all of a sudden, this car is pulling out into the lane next to me, and this Jeep chooses the perfect opportunity. I'm right here. The Jeep is here. The Jeep then chooses to go into my lane to go straight and is going straight at me like this. Oh. And I am going over 35 miles, whatever I'm going. And this car is also going the same speed and very quickly ducks and goes around. Almost completely sideswiped me, and it made me so mad.
I'm just mad that I haven't started driving yet. You know what's also ruined my life?
It may have flipped me off.
Is that I heard someone, I'm about to ruin your guys' life too with this, is that you can actually feel your toes touching each other, but your brain chooses to ignore it. And ever since then, I will feel my toes touching each other.
With you?
And now I have to like separate my, like stretch them out because I can't, because now I can feel my toes touching each other and it's making me tweak out a little bit.
That's probably what.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be driving. I'm like, oh my gosh, my toes are touching me.
No, like I'm feeling my toes touching specifically on this foot, and I'm like losing my mind right now because like they feel like you can feel them touching.
Speaking of like losing my mind, Scarlett. So my grandparents are lovely people. Scarlett this week, her mom had a little incident. Was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Scarlett had the best time of her life. She was home alone. We asked if she wanted to come here. She's like, nah,
I'm doing great. I'm good.
She's like,
I'm doing karaoke in my house. I'm baking.
Well, my grandparents, they took me to the barn, okay? And then they picked me up and they were like, you want to go to dinner? And I was like, well, I don't really have anything else to do. Fine. Now, I can't make a decision on dinner to save my life. They also can't make a decision on dinner to save their life. So they're like, what do you want? You want Mexican? My grandma loves Mexican. So I'm like, let's go to Mexican. And she's like, you're my granddaughter. I can tell. And I'm like, let's go to Mexican. And on the way there, she's like, well, there's this place called Aquio. And I'm like, Aquario. And it's this restaurant. And
it's right
on
by
the way,
Taco Casa.
And she's like, let's go there. And I'm like, it's closed. And so then you have to pick all these restaurants. And I'm like, let's just go to the Mexican restaurant we were going to go to. We get there. It's so busy. It's so busy. We get in. I told my grandma, go write your name down. And she doesn't hear me. And so we end up sitting there in the lobby. And I'm like, Grandma, did you write your name down? And she's like, what? And I'm like, we're sitting here and our name's not on the list for a table and we're sitting here. And so she goes and she writes it and she doesn't write like, oh, last name. And it's like table party of 3 because it was just the 3 of us. She writes her first name and my grandpa's first name. And I'm like, okay. And then the owner comes and he seats us down on this massive table. Like, it is like from that chair to this chair table for just the 3 of us.
Oh, wow.
And we're kind of tucked in. We're hidden away, okay? So then we order our food, and 10 minutes goes by. No food. 20 minutes goes by. No food. 30 minutes goes by. Not a sign of our waiter in sight. You know what I see out of the corner of my eye? A massive party of like 8 people, same size table. They're all getting up and leaving. And this little boy, this little 8-year-old boy.
Oh no.
He gets up and he looks at me. And I like look at him and I like look away. And I'm like, why is I don't like when kids are staring at me. And then he looks at me and he goes like this. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, amazing. No. And you know when you like go behind a wall and you like pretend you're climbing down the stairs and you crouch and then you go all the way down. And then he does that behind a wall. And I'm like, did I just see that? My grandma goes, he's looking at you. And I'm like, I know.
You're like, he's 8, Grandma.
I know. And my grandma's like, yeah, he thinks you're cute. And I'm like, he's 8. And then my grandma's like, he knows what's up. And I'm like, okay. And then he comes back again and he like looks at me. And I'm like, Grandma, if I make eye contact with him, I think I'm going to laugh really, really hard. And then he goes, and then he's an iPad kid. So he's got an iPad on this hand and like a massive gold chain on. And I'm like, what thug of a kid was this? An 8-year-old.
I know he says
or younger. He's like this tall. I don't know how tall 8-year-olds are, but he's like this tall, okay?
So like a foot tall.
Yeah. And so then he looks at me again. He does like a spin trick. And then he does again. He like gets on the floor. And he's like looking at me performing and serenading me with this dance.
He probably saw, the bird mating calls? That's what he was doing. He saw that on his iPad with his little Cheeto crusted fingers, and he's like, I'm gonna do this.
And then it keeps going. And I'm like, and again, 40 minutes goes by and we have no food at the table. I'm starving. I didn't eat breakfast. I didn't eat lunch. I've been at the barn for the last few hours. I'm home alone. I just want to eat my food in peace. And he keeps serenading me with this dance. And I don't even know what's happening. I look like this and I look at him and then he does it again. He goes, and he like wiggles his eyebrows. And I'm like, your family's already left, dude. How did they not realize you're missing? I'm like, I don't know where your family is. And then one of the other girl, like his sister or cousin, but she's like older. She's like 13 or something like that. And she like looks over at him. And then she like pushes him and like gets him to go. And I was like, thank you. Then also the very same time, our waiter brings us our food. Finally, we've been sitting at the table for 50 minutes and we finally get our food. I'm starving. I eat my food in like 6 minutes. I'm starving. I eat all of
you big bag. You're scarfing down that food.
I'm dead serious. The waiter then walks over and he goes, and he looks at my plate and he looks at me and he goes, I don't need to ask you if you liked your food. Thanks, dude. And then I'm dead serious. He goes to my grandma and grandpa and he goes, did you guys enjoy your food? And I'm like, really?
He might as well said your back is so big it's blocking the sun.
Yeah. And like he looked at them because they hadn't finished all their food and he was like, did you guys enjoy your food? And they're like, yes. And he goes, I don't need to ask you if you liked your food. I can tell. And I was like, thanks, man.
I would have thrown my plate at him.
I just wanted to eat my food. A little kid serenaded me and wiggled his eyebrows at me with trying to get my attention. I just wanted food.
The one time I went to go eat with Grandma, I projectile vomited from 6 feet away.
I remember that. Oh, here's the thing. Okay, let's just give it some background. My family's an organic family. Like, if we're gonna go eat fast food, it's gonna be like Chipotle. Like, we don't eat actual fast food.
Yeah, I cook for myself, so like I'm very particular because I get sick super easily when it comes to eating food. So my grandma thought it'd be a great idea to take me to Whataburger for the first time ever. And so I get there and I scarf down my food, which is the soggy patty and buns. It was delicious, don't get me wrong. Although the tomato was not good. I did not like that one. Fast food tomatoes are disgusting. I do like tomatoes though. And anyways, I get home and I'm starting to feel like a little, like a little bubbly in a sense. And I'm like, bubbly. You know what? I think I'm gonna die because I felt really sick. And so I went to bed and then I woke up and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go walk to the bathroom. And my bathroom was at least 8 feet away, and I projectile vomited. And the worst part was, it smacked the wall with so much impact.
Stop.
So much. I mean, if I was 12 feet away, like it still would have hit the wall.
Stop.
Yeah, I mean, it was like if there was a person, I would have taken them out. Like it was a line of defense right there. Stop. And I remember I felt so great after I freaking painted our walls.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Like my mom was so concerned for me. She's like, "Do we need to go to the hospital?"
She was so upset at Grandma and Grandpa afterwards.
I was benching push-ups afterwards because I felt so good about myself as literally our walls are painted. And I remember Angelina walking into the bathroom and she's like, "Oh my gosh."
She was so like disgusted.
What happened? And I'm like, "Mom, it's my food." Anyways.
No, fun fact, I I don't do well when it comes to that stuff.
She got a paper cut and she almost passed out.
Blood.
That was a week ago. Like a week ago.
I can't do blood. I can't. And so basically what happened was, because Bella's a cook and she likes cooking, she forgot one of her items. She put it like face first in the pantry.
It was a scorner. It's basically the thing you scorn bread to make it have like
it's
a
super sharp.
It's super. I sliced open my finger with it on accident.
It's
Dude,
super
I
sharp.
did that. And
So I'm trying to grab a
got 5 stitches in my
plastic
finger.
plate, and while I'm grabbing, I
Scarlet.
get cut, and it.
It's my world's smallest violin.
Ding! And I kid you not, it was bleeding everywhere, and I was like, "Ugh!" And I was like, I'm gonna pass out. And I
So, let alone, it was like a few drops of blood, and Angelina's legs gave out. And she was like, Bella, I'm gonna die. I'm like,
do you
Angelina,
remember
just grab
one
a
time
band-aid.
she almost like cut her foot off because she had a
wait, what did I do?
one
What
time
did
like she had a knife and it dropped and
Oh
you
my
were
gosh, it
barefoot
dropped and it literally-
dropped and it almost hit and went right into your
landed,
foot.
literally, yeah, you were putting away the dishes, and she's non-functional, and she dropped the knife straight down next to her foot.
Yeah, and it like went into
no
the
memory.
floor and it almost went into, it was like this
Oh.
close from into your foot.
Guys, I have to tell it's embarrassing story at the gym. It's so
Jeez.
bad. I cringed for like 10 minutes.
It wasn't worse than my treadmill story.
Yes, it was worse.
No way.
Sorry. So, a couple days ago at the gym, right? It was lift day. So I'm doing my lifting exercises. So I get my dumbbells. I normally can do 40s for dumbbells, but I decided I decided to do 35.
Okay.
And so, yeah, basically like Sam Solik.
No, you
And so, long story
Plus she
short,
fell. She's like,
I get into
We gotta make that a meme.
I get the dumbbells and I'm like, because I can't even, like, it's heavy, right? And I go, I kid you not, I did this with my face in the mirror, and there are people behind me, and I go, like my tongue out, and like and then I like realized like, what the frick am I doing, right? And I set the dumbbells back, and I was like, what the heck? And then I reset it normal instead of, and then I did my weights or whatever.
So
but
that
like,
definitely was not worse than mine.
no, but it was like, it was people watching me, and I did. I'm like,
So
what
they
the
go,
heck?
oh, okay, she's special.
Special.
That's all they thought, Angelina.
That it was so embarrassing.
Dude, if I watched you do that,
I want to make fun of you.
I wouldn't get in the same car as you on the way home.
Yeah, no, we're leaving you. Wow. I don't know her,
Guys, I have to say this real quick. Okay, you know when there's like people, like you can tell like, okay, they hit the gym, and there's people you're like, I bet money they've never stepped foot in a gym in their life.
That's the easiest thing you
Yeah.
could ever tell.
Yeah, well, you could tell with this dude. He's never like
Look, go on him for trying.
The hot dog stand has been his best friend for years, and I kid you not.
He's at least
At the gym.
Wait, no, let me finish. This
You're the
this
problem
dude,
for
I kid you
the
not,
New Year, New Me
Four-
people.
Stop! Put 400.
You're why the
pounds-
gyms are empty at New Year.
fat phobic.
Stop. He put 400 pounds on, and he squatted 400 pounds for 2 reps. Let me say again, this dude,
Only 2?
like maybe like my height, and like
And, like-
I like was so shocked. I messaged some of my friends. I was like, I kid you not, this dude just.
So he
like,
probably actually squatted like
400
1,000 pounds.
No, I counted. Like I typed in the like numbers.
No, but
and
think
stuff.
if he's like heavier too, then like that's harder.
Yeah, well, it was insane. I've never seen someone do 400 pounds.
So that means don't judge a book by its cover.
yeah, I don't.
Ever watched the thing of Darman?
Can we talk about Darman actually really quick because the videos are so bad. It's like getting to a point.
Make me cringe sometimes. Like,
It's
when
like-
I was like a little kid, they were like the coolest thing ever. But like now,
Hey, excuse me, sir. My name is
Like,
Darman.
guys, if you see a person with a hole in their sock, you can't just automatically expect that they're homeless on the side of the street with
are you calling me out right now?
Like, yeah, because girl, lift up your foot. You would be
wrong foot.
Show the camera your
they don't get
sock.
to see my How do we make this a Darman lesson? No, Scar, you gotta show the camera.
Show the camera.
Be photos, guys.
No,
Take
that's
pictures
all
while
you
you
get.
can.
That's all you get.
Every Darman video is like freaking, they have a million problems, one of them's dying, and then it's just like, if you see a person with
kid's getting
disheveled hair,
bullied.
just remember they could have Like,
Or like one person's in pajamas at a designer store, and the lady's like, you have to be a serious buyer. You have to have money to get that thing, because that
and
thing's
she's
so
like,
expensive.
actually, I do have money. This is like,
And then the other customer or the other employee's like, I'll help you, ma'am. And she's like, thank you. And she's like, I'm the CEO of this place. And
So
don't judge a book by its cover.
I have a funny story. So obviously, okay, it's a Saturday.
You're having a lot of funny stories lately.
Yeah,
What's
well,
happening?
this is a funny story I'll remind my mom about. And it was like, we're just in normal clothes. Like, I would say this is like home clothes. I wouldn't say this is like nice going out.
so you
we
dressing
went-
up like a bum.
So we were like, we weren't bums, but we just looked.
Wait, you
I mean,
and mom?
No, we just looked normal, okay?
Who is we?
Me and mom.
Okay.
I just asked that.
Yeah, me and mom.
You go, and she goes, me and mom? No. Who? Me and mom. Awesome.
Are you? You're stupid.
So me and mom, right? And so, okay, I wouldn't say
We
we're
got that.
like, so we're going shopping in a nice area. Would I say we looked like we should be there? No. And so we go into this this nice store. Obviously, we want to look for clothes. My mom's wearing this like barn outfit, and the lady goes, "Are we shopping for a special occasion?" And we're like, we're just looking around because we're bored. Like, we didn't say that to her, but she's like, are we shopping for a special occasion? And then I
That's
told
what
my mom,
everyone
I told my
says.
mom, no. They're normally like, hey, how can I help you today? And then I told
Every
mom,
Are we
I said,
shopping for some
ever
clothes to
walked
wear right now?
you know what? Let's do this. We'll have you dressed as a homeless person, walk into that store, ask, and let's see if they say, are you
Are we creating a Darman episode right
dressing
here,
for
right
a special
now?
occasion? Then
Why do I have to be the homeless
next
looking
day,
one?
I'll have you dressed with Louis Vuitton and Gucci.
I don't
and
have
you
that.
walk in. I do. We can. I
you
have a Gucci
don't.
bag. I have a Louis Vuitton
My
bag.
mom has some Louis Vuitton bags.
I don't, but I don't care.
We'll see.
Put this to the test. They're like,
put
do you
it to
need
a
anything?
test.
Do you need anything for clothes to wear right now? Is that what you're shopping for? Is that what she was like? She was like, not
Anyways.
special occasion, but clothes right now.
At the end of the day, treat everyone with respect, no matter what they dress. Ryan.
Darman.
Ryan.
Darman. No, that's Darman.
No, it was Ryan. Ryan typed that out. That can be Ryan's.
Ryan's quote.
AKA
ChatGPT.
Treat everyone
With respect, no matter how they're dressed. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Except
So
Kim
if
Jong-un.
my sister wears a furry costume, I'm okay.
Why on earth would I be wearing a
I
furry
won't judge you.
costume?
Well, no matter what you dress like, if you wear a furry costume, I will get you your litter box.
I'm not JoJo Siwa!
No, she's like normal.
No, now she is.
There's this video on Instagram of this little child. So I don't know why. Okay, if you have kids and you have toddlers, I'm assuming you have to realize that they get into everything. I know that.
Don't put an
I'm
urn
16.
on a piano.
I'm 16, and I know that kids get into everything. And they put an urn of this.
they do.
They put an urn of of the mom's, this wife who's filming her mom, in an urn on the piano, on the top.
Why would you put your mom on a piano?
On the top of the piano.
I don't know.
And you know what we see when this video starts? The ashes on the piano, on the floor, on the keys, and this little girl ate it. Her hands were covered, and her mouth was just gray with ashes all over it.
The dad has the audacity to say, "Did it taste good?"
And then he vacuums up, and he was like, well, I bet she didn't think this is where she was ending up, and it was in the vacuum because they had to vacuum it all up, and she was like in the piano, like
the daughter was laughing.
the daughter's like 4. She's like
daughter-
3.
No, the daughter.
Yep, that's the video.
The wife. I don't think that's the right one.
That's not the right one, but that's one of them. Though.
That is very close.
So I guess it's common for your kids to eat your parents.
Apparently, you type in kids eating ashes, and apparently little kids do this all. Like,
Dude, no,
parents.
I already know when my dad.
If that's how I go, if my future child doesn't place me, if they put me in ashes and they put me on top of the piano, that's the video. That's it. That is the video. They're laughing and their
Did you
ashes
eat
are
my
all
mom?
over.
Did it taste good?
And she's covered in them. She would have the best 2 truths and a lie. When I was a kid, I ate my grandma. My favorite color is this. I own 8 pets.
I told my dad. Me and my dad made a promise. My dad wants to be blown up when he goes. He already told me he wants a full-on Viking funeral. So he wants me to put his ashes on a boat and dynamite it and just blow it up. So I'm gonna give that to him.
There's no chance of future grandkids eating them, so we'll be good there.
Oh, the fish would eat them.
I would make it really awesome for my mom. I don't know. I made a joke the other day. I made a funniest joke.
We're gonna taxidermy my mother.
No.
She will always be with us.
No, she will not be taxidermy. That would haunt my dreams. No way. That would go in the attic, and then I'd feel terrible.
Every Christmas we'll bring her out.
Just put
a Santa hat on her. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I think
Halloween too.
Yeah, no, but with my mom, basically, we were eating lunch after we were done filming, and there was a whole elderly home, and I said, Mom, as a joke for 2 days, I'm gonna put you in an elderly home, because that's like my mom's worst nightmare. Like being
My
with
mom
a bunch,
hates people.
My mom hates people. Being with a bunch of people with old homes, that's like the worst thing you could do to my mom. And I was like, I'm gonna put you. You know what my mom said? She's like, I'll poison your food. What?
Yeah. Oh man.
Thank you guys so much for watching this hilarious video.
Disappointed
With our random objects that we brought. Maybe we'll do this again in the next video if you want different objects this time that are a little more personal to us, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Thanks so much for watching this video.
so
We will
much.
see you on the next podcast. Bye.
Okay, bye.